the point being, this is about cost of living and everything else, and the fact that it's getting that expensive to do things. People are avoiding the social interactions, the social networks that they used to have in order to get out and about. And so cost of living is driving people away from those societal things. And so it's there you go. Rising living costs, erosion of social networks is taking a toll on the well-being of people. Right. Okay. Well, that's the important thing. Is not to be prickly about it. Um, I'm sure at some point, if you are hoping otherwise, it'll take place. I mean, that sort of stuff that you're talking about there doesn't preclude those things from happening. I know plenty of people like that who have very happy relationships. Um, but yeah, finding the right person, if that's what you want to do. And if you don't, good for you. Well, like I said, it breaks society's brain that you're there, you're doing 95% of what people want or expect, and then you don't do that last 5%. And they're like that, but what? And it's not people being pushy. Some people are, but it's just people wanting to understand. And look, that's completely fine. History has got confirmed bachelors and bachelorettes. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. As long as it doesn't come at the cost of your social network. Um, COVID certainly didn't help very much. Social connections are weakening. Fewer friends, less frequent socializing, because it costs money that we don't have. So fewer friends, less socializing compared to 2001. Plus, the nature of communications and interactions with people post 2001. I mean, at least you could pretend the phone didn't ring back then. And so, defined several times a week. I mean, plus, no one goes out to the pub and club and stuff like that anymore. It's different. I mean, there is that societal change. It also depends on people coming through. Bodily pain. People in lower income houses are more likely to report experiencing pain. I don't understand how that ties into things, but that's Melbourne. Um, no, Sydney. Why did I think that was Melbourne? Definitely Sydney. Definitely Hyde Park. Uh, Speaking with the other day when I was talking about kids that were uh, commuting from Wollongong to Sydney, there's the school that they were commuting to, right in the city, and it was taking less time to get there from Wollongong than it was from the suburbs out this way, Bankstown and everything else. So inflation is, yep, increasing cost of living, wages. Okay, I don't think wages have kept pace with inflation. And I disagree with this statement about higher tax bracket reduces your real purchasing power. It's just the change. Okay, that's misunderstanding taxes, how the taxes work. You only pay in the bracket at that rate, and as you go up, yes, you pay more taxes, but you only pay the higher rate on the portion of your salary that is above that median line. You don't lose money as a result. So maybe people perceive that their salary's gone up and they're going to afford a higher standard of living without realizing that the net overall outcome is not as high as it was expected. So yeah, middle income earners spend more. Economic pressures shaping things. What a surprise. Financial security cost of raising a child, so people are cutting back on children because they can't afford it, or because uh, you're thinking of not being able to retire. There was a thing okay, I talked about increasing retirement age, and well, there's a couple of articles about it as well. Talking about people working into their 70s and how this idea of a retirement in your 60s has really only ever existed for a short period of history. And with the forward failing of the plans that people had of, oh, this is how it's always going to work, it didn't work that way. And so, uh, yep, the Ponzi scheme of pension schemes never kept up. And plus, you had companies pillaging them, and it broke down. And then, yeah, the idea that the state would support you and other bits and pieces, yep, that went away. I mean, it might stop you from dying, it won't be comfortable,